Jaco, Costa Rica. Should you visit or should you avoid it? I never used to recommend Jaco to people until I discovered a few hidden gems. In case you didn't know, I'm Adam Peligro, and today we're exploring the best things to do in Jaco, as well as the reasons why it doesn't have such a great reputation. But first things first, let's learn the name of the place you're gonna go visit. It's not Jaco, it's not Jaco, it's not Jaco, it's Jaco. That's taco with an H instead of the T. Got it? Now that you won't sound like a cringy tourist, let's go to the reason that most people visit Jaco: the beach. Jaco Beach has a bit of everything, and surprisingly, it's pretty long. It's 4 kilometers from end to end. On the north end is where you find the river and sometimes some crocodiles as well as other wildlife. In the center is really the bustling city where there's restaurants and bars and shopping. On the southern part of the beach, that's where you find the relaxed and chill vibes, and the water's a little bit calmer there too. But honestly, Jaco Beach is not the prettiest beach in town. There's a few nearby options that are much prettier if you don't mind leaving the comforts of a city beach. By far, the most beautiful beaches are Playa Mantas and Playa Blanca. These are calm blue waters, white sand, but on the weekends it gets nuts. So my advice, go visit on a weekday so you can avoid the chaos of the weekends. Just 5 minutes south of Jaco is Playa Hermosa, and this is a beautiful beach with really strong waves, which makes a great place to watch the surf competitions at Vida Hermosa. Playa Herradura is the opposite. It's north of Jaco, and the waters here are super calm, and on low tide, you can even hike out to the island. And my personal favorite, Playa Esterios. Endless coastline, fewer people, local vibes, and just chill. This is actually where we decided to live, and you'll see why when you come and visit. Jaco is also a great spot because of its closeness to adventure. Now, there's a ton of different tours you can pay for, but before we get there, let's talk about some of the free ones to save you some money. Of course, you have to visit Jaco Mirador. Get your picture with the sign, but most people don't know that there's a trail that takes you to a rocky beach right below. And if you keep hiking further down the road towards Hermosa, there is some amazing scenic views. Next up is El Miro. This is a hike that takes you up to an abandoned mansion, and you might get lucky enough and see toucans and monkeys along the way. Better yet, Puddlefish Brewing is right at the base, so it's a great place to finish your hike after that hot time in the sun. Another cool spot is Playa Hermosa Wildlife Reserve. There is nobody out there. Well, except for our buddy Rufus the crocodile, who might be watching, so just don't go swimming in the estuary. Otherwise, it's a fantastic walk. On Thursdays, there's a farmer's market called La Feria. This is a great place to get fresh fruits, coffee, juices, even empanadas, and at local prices too. And of course, there's the Crocodile Bridge over the Tarcolis River where you can walk out and see massive crocodiles below you. Currently, it's under construction and there's not supposed to be people on it, but I always see people on it. If you're looking for a paid adventure, Jaco has plenty, but not all of them are worth the money. Rainforest Adventure Park is one of my favorites because it's close, it has a tram, it has zip lines, and a really cool botanical garden. Los Sueños Adventure Park is a little pricier, but it's more polished. This is a great option for somebody who likes adventure with comfort. Now let's talk fishing. It is world class here. People come from all over to catch mahi-mahi, sailfish, roosterfish, tuna, you name it, it's out here. But it can be a little pricey. Prices vary from $400 for a small panga to $3,000 on a private luxury boat. Usually the boats will take between 4 and 6 people, and they'll include some refreshments as well as your license for the day. Horseback riding and ATV tours are everywhere, so you can choose the adventure that you want. Surfing. This is the big one, and you have to try it if you come and visit. Jaco is a great place for beginners, not only because there's tons of surf lessons and rentals around, but the waves here are a little bit smaller as well. If you're an experienced surfer and you want those better waves, head to Playa Hermosa. It hits a bit heavier. There's a really cool boat ride out to Tortuga Island as well that takes you snorkeling or just relaxing on a private island. And if you want the best sunset view in Costa Rica with a pretty nice happy hour, head over to Via Caletas. It is absolutely stunning. Speaking about bars and restaurants, Jaco actually has some really great dining options. However, tourist pricing is real, so these are my favorite places that have quality food and a good price too. For breakfast, check out Bohio Cafe. They have good coffee, good food, and a chill environment right off the main strip. For pizza, hands down, it's the Pizza Shop. The owner is awesome and the quality of the food is unbelievable. And right next door is the Beer House, which is a great English-style pub for some good craft beer choices. For even more craft beer and pub food, check out Puddlefish. This is a really cool brewery in town that has good quality beer and fun things to do as well as live entertainment. My favorite beach bar, Coco with a K. This is right on the beach, has amazing food, and you can't beat the views. Of course, if you're gonna come to Costa Rica, you have to try some of the local food, and those are found at sodas. Soda Garabito and Soda Rustico are two of my favorites, but by far the best dish you need to try is Chi Frijo, and that is found at the Saga. Jaco Walk is a modern, clean food court with a ton of different mid-range options. If you like sushi, Tsunami has half-off days that are absolutely worth timing. As for nightlife, the big clubs here are Orange Pub and Republic. If you're looking for more of a laid-back atmosphere with live music, then check out the Green Room or Puddlefish. Jaco After Dark can bring out a few of the creatures of the night, but before we go down that road, let's talk about the creatures you actually want to see. If you're hoping to see wildlife around Jaco, here's the breakdown. Carrara National Park is by far the closest and great for bird watching, but it's not the most impressive national park in the area. Manuel Antonio National Park is the most famous and only an hour away. This is a great place to see sloths and monkeys and beautiful beaches. However, it does tend to get really crowded. My go-to spot, Rainmaker. This is a private reserve with hanging bridges, access to a beautiful river, and poison dart frogs everywhere. All right, the big question, is Jaco safe? And here's the honest truth. When I first came here in 2013, you could tell that the casino, prostitution, and drug vibe was a lot bigger, and that's really not my scene. But the town has made great strides in cleaning things up, and it's definitely gotten a lot better, even though those things still exist today. Really, it's all about finding the right spot, going to safe places like Jaco Walk, and trusting your gut. I feel completely safe going out in Jaco during the day, but in the night, certain places can be a different story. Here's the tips on how you can stay safe. Some of these might seem pretty obvious, but I still have to tell people about them. Don't buy drugs. Don't flaunt your valuables. If you're gonna go into the water, don't leave anything valuable unattended on the beach. Don't leave anything in a parked car, and if you get a weird vibe, trust your gut and get out of there. Jaco might not be Costa Rica's most beautiful beach town, but it's definitely the most convenient. It's easy to get to, has a ton of different adventures, and fun things to explore. If you want a deeper dive into some of those adventures near Jaco, check out the videos I created on El Miro, Manuel Antonio, and wildlife adventures all across the country. In the comments, I'd love to hear your questions or tips for traveling to Jaco. Thanks for watching, stay wild.